Gerald Abila, founder and CEO of Barefoot Law.
And I'm Michael Kwizera. I'm the Director of Development at Barefoot Law. What is Barefoot?
Barefoot Law is a social enterprise founded in Uganda that leverages technology to bridge the access to justice gap. We do this by overcoming barriers that create a distance between people and the justice system. Some of these barriers come about psychologically. We call it legophobia. Physically, people are located so far away from justice points. Economically, people cannot afford the law or legal services. You're just one legal problem away from poverty. And socially, by overcoming customs that prevent people from accessing justice, customs that in law we call repugnant to justice. So that's what Barefoot Law tries to overcome, leveraging technology through the Barefoot Law model. And we've been doing this for the past 12 years now, and we've reached over 1,100,000 people across communities, primarily Uganda, but in Kenya, Malawi, and Zambia as well. Maybe I'll hand that to Michael, but before Michael comes in, I would say technology is a tool that brings out the best or the worst in humanity. So I think technology itself is not an end in itself. So I would rephrase the question and ask how technology can amplify a lot of the services we provide and what lessons do we have. I think for me, before we go into how we do it, the first most important lesson is that technology is just a tool. It's just a tool. At the end of the day, it's people that we're dealing with, and it's people that we serve. And these tools that we use are tools that bring out the best or the worst in us. They are not an end, but they are means to an end. And the end for us is a community or a society in which people thrive regardless of their socioeconomic status. I think we're in the business of, in Barefoot Law's case, using technology to create peaceful communities in which people thrive. But I think overall, we're all in the business of getting communities to thrive. At least that's something I would like to think. So the question would be, how does technology get communities to thrive?
Yeah, and I think, thanks, Gerald. And I think the biggest lessons in there are already being laid out. It's about people, and it's about how you work to serve people. I think the biggest lessons for other similar organizations should be how they center people, how they focus on people, how they work with people, how you generate the solutions you're building, and how those are driven by the ideas and the pursuits of the people and community that you're serving. I think the second one is also partnerships. We've had the privilege of working for more than 10 years, almost 12 now, and the strongest arm of what we've done is being able to work with other similar organizations, community leaders, district head offices, people who want to work with you or work alongside you. I think partnerships for me is key to longevity and sustainability and meaningful community transformation. So yeah, partnerships, and that goes without saying that they're not always partnerships that are born out of something you can get from someone else. Sometimes you're partnering because you are transferring knowledge to another organization, another community, but in paying it forward, the dividend comes much later, either maybe when you're gone, that those communities are able to work on their own based on what they've learned from me. Also, sometimes communities are hand-holding you in, and those partnerships are key to whether you can succeed, because you get the privilege of their local context, the privilege of how they've been able to navigate complex social issues and nuanced challenges. So it's a fool's errand to try and do it right here.
Hope is not a strategy in itself. hope has to be backed by ambition, and it's that ambition that eventually makes that hope contagious, and it's that contagious hope that will let our communities to thrive. So hope alone, hope in itself, without guidance, is not really a strategy. So it must be backed by ambition. And I mean ambition that enables a lot of these initiatives to scale, because having these initiatives at a small level will not bring the change that we want to see across the continent.
Yeah, I see. I don't know if I did get that, but I think my own message of hope, but also the message that we can leave for other organizations is there is enough good in the world. We just have to unlock it. And again, those people that say that, we will just have to partner together. We'll work together. We'll learn from each other. We'll share. No man is an island in terms of what you want to do, but also in terms of what you need to know. And you can only learn and unlearn things by working with other peoples and working with other communities and societies. There is enough of that. I could speak for Africa and say that there's enough of that for us to go around and more. So our duty, our job, the aspiration for the future is that more communities are working together to thrive.
Can I say something else? I think you'll see me and Michael here, and you'll see Barefoot Law, and you think we know what we're doing. But a lot of times we're just winging it.
Absolutely.
A lot of times we're just winging it. What you're seeing here is a product of 13 years of try and error. So I think we should also learn to rely a lot on instinct. There's a lot of gut feeling in addition to the strategy that brings about hope, and the strategies that drive hope. Trust your gut feeling, trust your instinct. A lot of us are trying to wing it. None of us has a solution. And so you should find a way. It could be by faith. It could be by reflection. It could be by staying in touch with your community or those around you. But find a way of harnessing your instinct. Find a way of fine-tuning it, because you'll lead that as you're scaling many of these ambitions. But I think that's something none of us scares you, because we would like you to think we know what we are doing, that we're just winning it. And one of the ways to win it is to trust your instinct.